Warning, this video contains the use of nicotine and the subject of nicotine. Do not watch if you are under the age of 18 or 18. If you are the age of 21 or older, you may watch. Enjoy the video. What's going on, guys? Conservative Video Dipper here. If you got a dip, pack a lip. It is Dip 30. And we are about to pack a lip. I did a live stream a couple nights ago that you guys probably may have, some of you watched, where I brought back a dip that I talked a lot of smack, highly big amount of smack on, and that was Longhorn. And we're going to review it. But we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to pack a lip of Grizzly because I've already dipped a lot of Longhorn, and I pretty much know a lot about Longhorn enough where I can basically tell you already my thoughts and the flavor profile and everything about it, where it's pretty simple. So I'm gonna do it a little bit differently today. So I know it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not a typical dip review if you're doing it differently.
Well, I know, but I'm sorry, guys. But I need my nicotine. But also, Longhorn really is not a dip that I really want to continuously do, because it's not one of my favorite dips. And we'll get to the reasoning of why here in a sec. So, cheers. Grizzly Lone Cut Wintergreen down the hatch. Oh, that's good. Alright. So, Longhorn. Basically, Longhorn is a very, very cheap dip. If you know anything about Longhorn, you're going to know the name Longhorn for what it pretty much is. Whether it's Longhorn Straight, Longhorn Natty, Longhorn Wintergreen, Longhorn whatever. You're gonna know a lot about it. You're gonna know the flavor, the texture, the packability, the pinchability. You're gonna know a lot about it very quickly if you've dipped it, or if you've done it before, or if you've probably heard the name. You probably are aware of it. Longhorn has really not changed their can design. The only time that they really change anything is basically the color of their color here is when it's a different type of dip. That's it. The can design basically is pretty much always going to be the same. Just the Longhorn design. Everything else is pretty much the same. Plastic lid, plastic can, and everything else like this with the logo and their basic warning label and whatnot. Basically all is the same. Longhorn is from Kentucky, by the way. It is a Kentucky dip. So, that is something also that, I don't know if some of y'all know, but y'all now know it. So, shout out to my brother, Tobacco Kentucky Dipper, out there. He's a YouTuber out there. go check them out. So yeah, so basically, not really much interesting facts about Longhorn. Longhorn, again, very cheap, very much a beginner's type dip. Something that you would expect for beginners or somebody that's just wanting maybe to not have very much nicotine, that's trying to cut back down on nicotine, or just trying to get their nicotine level leveled out. So it is what it is. Now let's do the packability, pinchability, and the sniff test. Sniff test. So Longhorn, the first time that I dipped Longhorn, it smelled a lot like chemicals. This time, it's not as chemically induced as what it was the first time. It smells a little bit like, it does have a little bit of the, I would say, artificial flavor smell to it, but it's not the chemical smell. The dip itself is pretty dry. It's like drier than a lot lizard hoochie coochie. That's not good. I don't like that. That right there is not good at all. If you are into that type of dip, then great. Enjoy. I don't enjoy that type of dip. I don't like dips that are dry like that. I would rather have a dip that at least is got a little bit of moisture in it. Packability, it's not very good. I'm going to give it about a 3, maybe a 2. I'll go 2.5. It could be better. Originally, it was like a 3 when it was full, but that was because it was full. But yeah, I'll go a 3. It could be way better. So packability is about a 3. Let's do a pinchability. Pinchability, it's okay. It could be better. Really, it's not too bad. It's, oh, there's a dingleberry painting. There we go. It's okay. It's okay. It could be a little bit, again, better. For a cheap dip, again, it's what you expect. Now, the flavor profile. Now, everybody that thinks, oh, it's going to be a great wintergreen, I hate to disappoint you, it's not. I don't notice any wintergreen in it. All I notice basically is just very much nothing but very poor artificial flavor. Not really anything that gives me a wintergreen profile that screams to me wintergreen. It just screams cheap dip. Now, the spitability, I will give credit where credit's due. When it comes to the spitability, it spits pretty dark. it does give a nice dark spit. So when you hit that first spit, you're going to notice it. It's going to be like a motor oil spit. Which is good. I like it. I do like that it will do that. That's a good thing. But that really shouldn't be the only real big thing that dip has to offer you. It should offer the flavor, the packability, the pinchability, but then also there's kind of another downfall to this dip. There's not a lot of nicotine in it, so you're not going to notice a big buzz. You're not going to notice kind of the things like what Grizzly or what like Stokers would do or like Coke would do. It's not going to be there. It's pretty much, again, a weak dip. It's going to be kind of like dipping Skull, if you will. It's almost like Skull, but to me, very much weaker than Skull. Skull has a little bit going for it when it comes to flavor profile. Skull will win compared to Longhorn with the flavor because Skull does have flavor. But both of Skull and Longhorn do not have high amounts of nicotine. So both of those are something that you should not expect out of this dip. When it comes to Longhorn in general, both dips, again, Skull and Longhorn, they're kind of going to be dry, but Longhorn is supremely dry. Skull, you can get a little bit of a moisture texture in some cans, which is nice. I've noticed that with Skull a little bit, sometimes there is that nice feeling to it. Longhorn doesn't really do that. So again, Longhorn is going to be that much more cheaper dip that you really don't expect much out of it. So Longhorn will give you very much less than what you would probably want to expect. So it would be, I would say, more of a great starter dip than probably more of a dip that a seasoned veteran dipper would use because of how it lacks in the nicotine department, the flavor department. You're going to get less of any of those things out of it. All in all, it's an okay dip if you really just want something that's just going to suffice and tide you over. Maybe if you're trying to quit dipping and you're trying to low down on nicotine, sure, Longhorn will be great for you. You can definitely use Longhorn because, again, less nicotine. You're using very little nicotine, but again, be warned, lack of flavor. That lack of flavor is going to be probably an issue for you if you want that flavor. that's going to be something that you're going to have to really, really understand that you're not going to have. You're going to just have nothing there. It's not going to be really exciting. It's not going to be something that's just going to be a big woohoo. It's okay for what it is. Longhorn Wintergreen did, however, again, kind of exceed a little bit of my expectations again, coming back with the smell, which was good. The only big things, like I said, that I think Longhorn can do better are some of the things that I'm kind of nitpicking on. But again, because it's a very cheap dip, I don't expect Longhorn to really do anything about it or change much about it. So Longhorn will probably get a 3 because it is very, very cheap, very not one of my favorites. It's not one that I would really ever typically dip every day. It's not one that I would want to use. If I had a choice between Longhorn and Skol, I'd probably go for Skol more than Longhorn, because honestly, Longhorn really lacks in the flavor department. Skol really does better in the flavor department. But that's just me. So there's the review for you guys. You guys have been asking for it. That's my honest opinion. I'm honestly going to rate it a 3. I know I rated it a 4, but I'm kind of going to knock it down because of those things. But it is what it is. And I think, you know, it's okay. It's an okay dip. But again, it is going to be the way it is. So anyway, love you guys and gals. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.